FlatsClass YouTube fans, just got back from the Miami Boat Show there in South Florida, and I'm going to share with you, it was fairly disappointing. I felt like the show personally, and I'm not in the custom of sugarcoating anything, was poorly attended. If I were a vendor, I would have been very disappointed. It is not cheap to go down to South Florida and spend that kind of money on hotels, restaurants, parking. Believe it or not, parking is pretty expensive there. When you add it all up, I was there for just 2 days, and I was out almost $1,600 when I tallied it all up. So very, very expensive. Hopefully, I came up with a couple of tidbits for all of you to check out. I did stop by the Yamaha booth, spoke with Scott, went down to the dock, spoke with Connor down there. They're really excited about their new 4.3 liter 350 horsepower engine, which is the lightest 350 in the industry right now. So that's something worth checking out. It really is, especially for you single engine center console guys. That's going to be a big deal. In fact, I'm lobbying to get one on the Hells Bay Estero over there at Hells Bay Boat Works. So saw that. I was pretty impressed with that. Stopped by, saw the guys at Ray Marine. They had a couple of new things there in their multimedia partnerships, especially with Sirius XM Weather. And we talked to Dan Dickerson over there. Even talked with a kayak guy while I was out this time. And I wanted to stop in on an old friend, Trent Rogers, who reps Daiwa up in the big game room. So I took a few minutes to go up there, and he hooked me up with old Scott DeBeal, and he walked me through some of the product lines. So I didn't put everything in this video from the Miami Boat Show, but I put enough for you to check it out, and I'll follow up after you get back from Miami. Hey guys, I'm here with Scott Hershey here at the Miami Boat Show, and we're in the Yamaha booth. And there's a lot of buzz around that hydrogen powered engine over there in that boat. But the sleeper, Scott, what is it? It's this motor right here on the stand. What are we looking at?
Dealers have been asking for a long time. It's our brand new lightweight V6 350 from Yamaha. So this engine has been asked for a long time. We have the lightest 350 on the market right now. So it's only 18 pounds heavier than our 4.2 liter V6. So this is a 4.3 liter V6, and she is ready to get on the back of those single engine boats, some of the twin, triple engine boats. So come down to the Miami Boat Show. We'll be here Saturday, we'll be here tomorrow. So come down and check it out. We've got a couple in gray and in white here at the booth. So thanks for coming in, CA.
You're welcome, Scott. All right, everyone, I'm here at the Miami Boat Show, and I walked into the electronics area, and I ran across my friends here at Sirius XM Weather, and I'm going to have Dan Dickerson here give you guys a couple of reasons why you should consider a weather subscription from Sirius to run on your MFDs, because if you do this, it's going to keep you out of harm's way. Dan, take it away. What are we looking at?
All right. Well, it's a beautiful day down here in Miami. If I bring up Sirius XM Weather on my chart, I can say I've got winds out of the south at 5 knots. Little symbol. That's delivered to your boat via satellite. Works up to 150, 200 miles offshore via satellite to this little antenna right down here. That's a Sirius XM antenna that you put on your boat. But although it's very nice down here, let's say you were planning on boating over in the Gulf this
this morning.
A
lot more
looks
challenging.
A little different.
Looks a lot different.
So that's what SiriusXM can deliver to your boat, even if you're fishing anywhere in the Gulf. A live image of radar, what's going on. And I do say live, that's a little bit of a misnomer. The storm information updates every 5 to 10 minutes. So you do have to take a little bit into in consideration about that storm. But we can actually turn on a loop feature, so we can see which way a storm has been moving. With the loop turned on, it'll play a 20-minute snapshot of which way it's been going.
Oh, so, and that'll help you a lot.
And if you've got a little area that maybe you're trying to avoid a squall, if you're out there, you can get around that squall because you can see which way it's going and stay dry. I've personally been out a lot of times fishing and see a storm. The horizon will look awful, nasty stuff. I look over there and go, okay, do we need to, run in? And turn this on and say, no, it's going to stay on shore. Actually, we don't want to run in. We don't want to go for the inlet right now because this will be a bad time. You wind up in a washing machine. I'll stay out fishing run in an hour later, and have a good day.
Now, there's also a feature on here that would show lightning strikes if there was lightning in this storm today.
That's right, and lightning strike information we update about every 2.5, 3 minutes. There's an example of a lightning strike. Those are strikes which have occurred in the last 20 minutes, so they're recent strikes. And this is an interesting thing. You can see right there's lightning strikes, but there's no rain. Well, lightning, usually cloud-to-cloud lightning comes before a storm. So there's something forming there that hasn't started dumping yet. So it's a good way. And with a lot of these displays, you can also set up a guard zone. So say you can set it, if lightning strikes within 15 miles, please set the alarm off. So it'll tell you, hey, you might want to look at what's going on over here. It might be time to run it.
That's right.
So from a safety feature, this is ideal. And a lot of people are using weather on their cell phones. Well, that's very nice as long as you're within range. You're going to lose your cell phone coverage when you get about 6 miles offshore.
That's right.
Traditionally. But even inshore, a lot of times if you break out your phone and look at it for weather, that might be stale information because it's either been in your pocket or it's been tucked in the compartment on the boat, and you don't realize that image you bring up could be 20 minutes, 30 minutes old. Whereas with this, it's constantly updating. A lot of people will leave the loop on continuously on their MFDs so they can look at it right away to see at a glance, yes, that's a storm, yes, it's coming towards me, or no, it's not.
Well, and if it's on your MFD, your location, your GPS location is there, and you can see exactly how close you are. You can't tell that with your phone.
Not always.
Not always.
Right.
Not always.
Exactly. And I trust my GPS on my chart plotter more than I trust my GPS
on the cell phone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had that problem enough just here in Miami this week.
And then other features as far as forecasting is concerned. We can change my layer mode over here to forecast. And then you can see up here it says now, and I've got a right and a left button on this machine. So I can not only see what it's doing right now, but I can see how it's going to be changing depending on your subscription up to 48 hours out.
Oh wow, I can see that. Yeah, so you get a forecast. Well,
exactly right.
That's pretty handy if you're fishing for a couple of days. If
you've got a 6 mile, 1 hour run from the inlet where you're going fishing, and you've been fishing all day before you start to come back in, you need to see.
Yeah.
When you take a look at it about noon and see what it's going to be doing at 3 o'clock when you're headed back in.
Changes your game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep. Helpful information to have.
Well, I think you've given us enough to validate the reason why I have it on my boat.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
All right, here at the Miami Boat Show still, and I moved up here to the big game room where there's tons of tackle, and I bumped into an old friend of mine, Mr. Scott the Beal here. He's with Daiwa, and he was just showing me some of the products that are available to anglers right now, and all of you can buy on sodiumusa.com. So I figured it might be a good idea for Scott to give you a kind of a rundown of different price points of something that you may be interested in buying. So Scott, take it away.
Okay, I think a lot of people are really familiar with the BGs. The BGs have been around for a while in that $120, $130, $140 price point. A little bit less than that, we've got the Eliminator. What's real popular the last few years have been the big brother to the BG, which is the BGMQ, which comes in a little over $200. We've seen a lot of success with this reel, and then going a step up from the BGMQ, which won Best of ICAST show 3 years ago. We brought the Saltist MQ, which kind of took over for the original Saltist. A little bit more drag, aluminum handle knobs, which are popular with a lot of folks right now. Moving from there, we've got some free swimmers for the saltwater, the boat people.
Live bait.
Live bait options right there. You got
like the old bait runners.
Free swimmer, and then the free swimmer EX, which is the more expensive model with the aluminum handle, more drag.
Okay, nice.
And then if we go around the corner, we go to the top shelf, the best of the best of all the Daiwa. We've got all the Saltiga conventional reels up top.
Okay.
What's nice about the Saltiga conventionals, the Saltiga spinners, and the Certates is they all come with a 5-year warranty. So you can send them in, fish them, send them in, have them cleaned and serviced as many times as you want within 5 years, and you've got a 2-day turnaround out of California on those.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. That's impressive.
A lot of people don't know about that. We've had the Exist lineup. That's the best of the best as far as saltwater, freshwater, the lightest reel in the Daiwa lineup. That retails.
Oh, well, you're not kidding. No wonder you tie them down.
$800 to $900 price point. Your Certate, which is very similar to the Saltiga, freshwater, saltwater, and that $800-900 price point. Then you get up to Saltiga's 18-stack drag washer system to it that blows all the heat out. That is for yellowtail, is for big tuna. It's 66 pounds of drag once you get up to that 20,000 size. So we've kind of covered the whole gamut with everybody.
Sure did.
And then we're not done.
We're not done.
We're not done. So if you come over here, the new additions, we've redone the Certate MQ. You're going to see those starting to hit the stores right now. What they've done is redone the gearing in there, which makes it a little bit stronger than its predecessor. And you can get it in the aluminum handle knob and the regular paddle, the regular paddle knob. The Procyon MQ, for those, anybody on the Daiwa side, we have the LT, which means light and tough. MQ stands for monocoque. It's a one-piece design, body design without a screwless design. And you'll find that in the Certates, the Saltigas, Saltist MQ.
So it's a trickle-down effect of the technologies.
Trickle-down effect. And then you get into the ballistics, which we were just talking about, which do great up in North Florida, especially. But what we're finding now is we added a 5,000, 6,000 size this past year. So you're seeing those bigger sizes all the way up and down the East Coast and the West Coast of Florida and the Southeast.
Nice.
And spread throughout the U.S.
Snook fishermen, medium-sized tarpon, bull redfish.
Exactly.
Okay, my last stop, we're outside, and I met up with Adam Fisk here of Oldtown Outfitters and Canoes, and he's going to go over something I found was pretty unique in the kayak world, but I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm going to let Adam talk about it.
So this is a brand new kayak from Oldtown. This is the ePDL. It has a pedal system, so you can use only pedal power. You can use battery assist to help you pedal, or you can go fully battery power. It's got a 36 volt, 20 amp hour battery. You can go about 4 or 5 miles per hour. If you're going full speed, it'll last you about 4 hours. If you're going half speed or you dial it back, you're not going consistently full speed, you can get it to last multiple trips. I've had some guys say they use it for 3 trips in a row without charging it. And it's a low profile battery. So it doesn't take up any space, it's super light. So you can get tons of range out of this. It's a fishing machine.
It looks like a fishing machine.
Yeah, you got tons of room in the back. A lot of guys will put a live well back here. You can put a cooler back here too.
One of the Yak Attack crates, or?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I put a cooler back here and had a buddy sit in the back, and we go fishing 2 at a time, and it's perfect for that too.
And what does something like this retail with all this technology that you packed into a kayak? I mean, you guys are getting close to being called a complete skiff.
Yeah, pretty much. This one's $6,000, and for the show today, we're doing $300 off.
$300 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for all you guys that are competitive tournament anglers and thinking about getting into the kayak. This one actually appeals to me a lot, even me.
Yeah. I've I mean, especially for guys that are going offshore, or I think it's pretty popular in Texas where guys are going to the oil rigs and stuff like that. You know, they just easily pedal out. Some of them are going like 7 miles, and it's perfect for
or
that.
Or even into the backcountry. This makes it a lot easier once that wind starts blowing or that tide starts blowing.
Yeah. Then you don't have to worry about it. You can pedal a little bit if you want to, or you can just
go.
You can just go.
Nice. Thank you, Adam, for your time.
You're
Appreciate
very welcome.
it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little walk through the Miami Boat Show. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, if you will, but like I said when we started the conversation here a little bit ago, it was one of those shows where I think people were expecting more, and a lot of the boat builders, I would say in particular, were the ones that didn't see a lot of traffic. They just did not. As busy as that place is, and as good a town as that really truly is to hold a boat show of that magnitude, it just did not deliver this year at all. It really didn't. I hadn't seen a year at the Miami Boat Show like this since, I'm going to say, back in 2008, 2009, 2010. That's how, that was the feeling there. Not a lot of boat rides being given and on the docks, and just, you know, not a lot of interest. People are definitely behaving like they're wanting to see what's going to happen in 2024 before they make those big purchases. But I will tell you, on the positive side, there were a lot of people buying some fishing tackle there, and a lot of people were there to see some of the you know, professional fishermen, and there were tons of YouTube influencers there doing their videos on the new products. One I didn't put into this because I thought it was a big distraction, but I did put it on TikTok and on Instagram, was the hydrogen-powered Yamaha engine that was unveiled. Now, it's not close to being ready, not next year, not the year after that, but they are in the processes of working on a hydrogen motor. And even though they've more or less designed the hydrogen motor, it's the supply system and the infrastructure that's going to be necessary to make that reality. It's got to be tested in boats, the delivery system to get the hydrogen from the tanks to the engine. And I know it was a big deal. I saw some crazy views that were on TikTok about that Yamaha hydrogen powered motor, but I don't see that being a reality for Yamaha for several years before you see something like that come out, where they're actually promoting it hard. I think it was just something that was an eye catcher, a clickbait thing, if you will. But that 4.3 liter 350 that only weighs 18 pounds more than their 300 offering in the 4.2 liter size, that was a game changer. They built it off that 300 platform, Yamaha did. But the way the engineering is they changed the lower gear case naturally to give it you know, more horsepower, and the power head, of course. But power to weight ratio, pretty impressive. So that was my takeaway from the whole show walking through there. I saw some electric motors. I saw all kind, you know, it's a spectacle when you go to Miami. But all that being said, I hope next year's a lot better than this year turned out to be. So when I go down there next year, hopefully it'll be a little bit better story. But I just figured it was relevant to share that with you here early in the week. For those of you in my FlatsClass University fishing school, we are dropping our Top Water Mastery course, and it begins this week. So you'll get 2 modules this week. And that is a 9-module course that will probably take us about 3 weeks to get through. So sometime in early March, it'll be completed, and then we will reveal what course number 2 is. So if you haven't checked out FlatsClassUniversity.com, I encourage you to do so. And for those of you that are only YouTube fans for me, please hit that notification bell and subscribe and like us. Liking us helps us trend better so that we're in your feed every time you turn on YouTube. All right. I'm going to get ready to do my next video, which is probably going to be on swim baits. So until then, I'll see you guys I'll see you tomorrow, actually. In the meantime, keep those rods bent. It's going to be a beautiful week to fish.